But here's the interesting part, because I didn't get a chance. You know the guy I was talking to before? You know, the one with had the little stand or his bag.
I know.
Yeah.
You talked to him a lot, yeah?
Yeah.
You were talking to him quite a long time.
Yeah, it's hard to get away. But I was trying to ask him this question, and that is because he was talking about the prayer a lot. So where does it come from, this official thing about you have to pray in Arabic?
No, it doesn't say that, obviously. But what we're saying is, the words the messenger of God taught us, his words coming from his mouth are perfect.
Yeah.
As far because he's the messenger of God. He's inspired by God. So he's saying in a perfect words. And it's in Arabic.
Right.
So this is what a language, when you translate any language, you miss out something. There's always it. Translation cannot be totally, what was the word, a duplicate of the original. It cannot be totally. It can be nearly, but it can. For example, Shakespeare. No matter how good Shakespeare you translate in Russian or African language, it cannot has the same effect as Shakespeare in poetry in English. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. But here's the thing: prayers don't go to man; they go to Allah. So He can tell the difference, however you say it, because He knows all languages. So Allah Himself shouldn't need a restriction.
But what about if you're uttering the words which Prophet didn't really mean that? In the translation, you could lose the meaning, isn't it?
No, but God can read your mind, so He actually knows what you mean.
So why are you uttering it at all? You just don't need to utter it, then just think about it, and it'll be.
No, because the instructions say that you have to pray like Muhammad.
Yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't specifically mention language, so you could interpret the part about because it wasn't.
No, what I'm saying, if you don't know Arabic, that's fine. Read in whatever language you are, that's fine. But if you know Arabic and you can read in Arabic, then why not doing it exactly as he was doing? He was reciting in Arabic, so it's better to do exactly he was doing it.
Yeah, that's idolizing.
No, it's not idolizing. He's the messenger of God.
But there's many messengers, so why can't you imitate one?
Well, he's the
all
last.
equal.
Well, he's the last messenger.
That doesn't matter. They're all equal,
It doesn't
right?
matter. He's
No,
the
if
last
they're all
messenger.
equal, then it shouldn't matter.
They're not equal, of course. He's the Muhammad Sallallahu is the only one who is a mercy to the world. There's no other messenger.
How is he a mercy to the world? What mercy is he brought?
The Quran says he is a mercy to the world.
The Quran says, but what mercy has he brought?
No, but when you say they're equal, they're not equal because no other prophet is a mercy to the world. So you get your facts right here.
No, when it comes to Jesus, Jesus is the only true piece of this world.
The Quran says that he's the mercy to the world.
The Bible says
no. We're not talking about Bible. We're talking about Islam.
How?
So when you say according to Islam, they're all equal. Show me any other prophet is mercy to the world.
Well, you show me because you have the Quran.
No, but Quran. No. I said
you
Muhammad.
have to show me.
Muhammad is the mercy to the world. You want me to show you that he's the mercy to the world?
No, I don't care about that. You just said that. You said that all the other prophets. Quote me the other prophets.
No. You tell. You're not listening to me. You're deliberately doing that.
No, I'm not.
Muhammad Sallallahu is the mercy to the world.
Yeah,
what that means? To the world, he's the mercy. Now, if no other prophet is called, no other prophet is called mercy to the world, what does that teach you? About Jesus, he
but
says.
You can't say me that. You can't tell me that no other prophet without proof of those other prophets saying words, right?
Show me them. You prove me.
No, you have to prove. You just mentioned other prophets. Prove to me
I'm just
what
telling
the
you,
other
Muhammad
prophets said.
Sallallahu is the only one called mercy to the world.
So you don't have proof of what the other prophets said?
Do you agree with that or not?
According to your belief.
Yes. According to Quran, he's the only one called mercy to the world. No one else. Can you challenge me on that?
As I said, you're going to have to quote the other. You can't just say that. Oh, Muhammad is the only one that said this. When the other prophets that you claim to believe in.
He's deliberately playing ignorant.
No, because you have to tell me that they don't.
Quran says Muhammad is the mercy to the world. Rahmatul Alameen. Yes. And I'm telling you, Quran didn't talk about any other prophet is mercy to the world. What does that tell you? I mean, they were not. He was. So he was obviously greater than them. That's the answer to your.
According to your belief.
Your
we don't believe so.
Anyway, any other point?
Oh, several, but I'll let this brother continue because I don't.
Give another short one. So, though no prophet is equal to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he is the mercy to the world. They are not.
According to you, but what mercy has he brought?
Jesus was only sent to the lost.
The last message he said was, "I've come to fight all until all say there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is the messenger." So that's his mercy.
That's called jihad.
That's his mercy.
Jihad is not necessarily has to be fight with a war. Jihad can be of knowledge.
Okay, then how did his messengers?
So
how did his messengers execute that? How did the people around him execute that?
Execute what?
How did they execute that command from Muhammad?
I tell you how he did that.
By warfare,
I
right?
tell you why he did that.
Okay.
He went to Makkah, conquest of Makkah.
I'm not care about all of that. I'm telling you, how did his companions?
Look at him. Look at
No,
him.
because
Look
you're
at
going
him.
to me. You're telling me
I'm
about
telling
something I
you
don't
the
care about.
facts of what Prophet
So
did.
what did his followers do? The ones that followed that
What they
command.
did was he followed his sunnah, like
Right.
everybody should follow. And what was his sunnah was? Forgiving his enemies. How he forgave his enemies? He, in the conquest of Makkah, the worst enemies of his, who tried to kill him for the last 15 years, what he did, he forgave all of them apart from 6 people. 1 woman, 5 men. Even among them, their crimes were so big, even among them he forgave 3 of them.
So when he sent a letter saying Aslam Tuslam, become Muslim or die, was that a mercy?
Show me where he says that.
Aslam Tuslam.
Show me that.
Do you believe that he says that?
Show me what it
I
says
want
that.
you to know,
I
does
don't
it say
know,
that?
I don't
but you
I
thought
don't-
that.
Okay, so I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah, bring
if
it
you
up.
try to defend that
Bring it
without
up.
reading it, then you've got a problem.
Like Jesus says.
Hold on. See,
No,
see what I'm saying?
hold on.
I'm bringing something.
Yeah, you look for that.
Chill,
Like Jesus
just
says,
wait.
when I give testimony of myself, my testimony is not true. That means he was a
That has
liar.
nothing to do with what we're talking
He
about
gives so
right
much
now.
testimony of himself. That means he's a liar, or there's a context to that. Let's see Aslam Taslam, what the context of that. You see, this is what the Christians do. They just pick and choose, nitpicking. When it comes to the Bible, they say, have you read the whole book?
No.
If you quote Bible, they tell you to read the
Right.
whole book.
No, you mean
Or
some-
when it happens to Islam, they're so happy. One sentence.
So when I show you, you're
So
going to have a
some
problem.
Christians.
Yeah, go
No, you have to say some Christians. So you said all.
Some Christians,
Yeah,
sorry about that.
yeah, thank you.
Some Christians. Hypocrite, I would say that. For one rule for Islam, one rule for Christianity. Actually, I have a question for you as well. Let's see if you can defend your Bible, yeah? I want you guys to defend your God. Actually, you tried to defend it last time, but let's see if they...
But no Muslim
you
can
ignore
defend
the
their
answer.
God. You can't defend your God. Every week here,
I don't need to
they're
defend my
demolishing,
God.
they're
I don't
demolishing
need to defend
Allah
my God. My God is greater than
Both of
everything. He
them.
defends himself.
But your
Who
God
am
will
I
bow
to
to
defend
my
him?
God at the end of the day. So how do you feel? Bel will bow at that day. Isaiah 46. Allah will
let's
bow
do
towards
Islam
Jesus at the end of the day. How
Let's
do you
go to
feel?
Islam first.
Before your belief in
Let's
the
go to
king.
Islam Taslam first.
Muhammad will even bow. That's what it says. The day that every knee will bow on the earth, Bel bows as well. That God, that moon God, will bow as well.
Well, Isaiah says that. Are you sure Isaiah says that?
Isaiah 46. Go
Are
check
you
it
sure
out.
Isaiah says that?
Go check it out.
When did Isaiah live?
Go check
2,700
it. Go
years
check
ago.
it out.
How old the
So that's a
manuscript?
prophecy.
Well,
That's
how
a
old the
prophecy. It already
manuscript is? Manuscript is 2,200 years old.
Deal with
there's
what he said, don't
there's
deal
a
with the-
500
deal
year
with what he
gap
said.
between
Deal with what he
Isaiah
said.
and the manuscript. How do you know Isaiah
Do you
said
believe
that?
Isaiah? Do you
How
believe Isaiah? Do you believe he was a
I
prophet?
don't know. I don't know.
You don't believe he was a
No,
prophet?
Quran doesn't mention that Isaiah at all.
You don't
Absolutely
believe Isaiah
not.
was a prophet?
We don't know. He maybe not. We don't know. But what we're saying, even he was a prophet, he lived 2,700 years ago. And even the Christians say that there are 3 Isaiahs. First
What's
Isaiah,
that got to
Deutero
do with
Isaiah,
what I
third
just
Isaiah.
said?
Meaning there are...
I've just mentioned Isaiah
there are-
46.
yeah,
Tell me something
that's
about
not-
that. Why are you talking about
That's not
Isaiah
original
this,
Isaiah.
Isaiah that?
Even the
It don't make
scholars,
sense. Muslims
even
dance like
even the
you dance
biblical,
too much.
even the biblical scholar says it's a Deutero Isaiah.
You don't dance too much.
Exactly.
You don't back
Exactly.
it. You're just throwing accusation upon accusation.
Isaiah 1
Listen,
to 39 is original.
He's saying his
From
God is greater,
14
man. I said your God will bow towards
is
mine.
not his
Read
Isaiah.
Isaiah
He said
46.
he said to you, listen to Isaiah.
Yeah.
So let me
you
give you
should
that
go to
verse.
Isaiah.
What he believed.
Where's
that
the,
verse where it says,
where's the
Aslam
lineage
Tuslam.
of Isaiah anyway? You see, that's the answer.
Because it's silly, bro, and I'm looking for something. How can you be questioning me while I'm looking for something?
Anyway, Isaiah is not original manuscript anyway. Scholars say that. This is
So what was the Torah then?
500 years.
Ask him what the Torah was.
Torah is the first 5 books of Moses, not Isaiah. Come on, man. Educate yourself a little bit. Torah is the first 5. Isaiah is not Torah. Are you really Christian?
He's drowning, but he's trying to cling to something else.
Is he Isaiah?
I'm not drowning, bro.
Is Isaiah Torah?
I thought we already got the victory,
Is
bro.
Isaiah
Islam is
part
already
of
going to
Torah?
be destroyed by Christ when he comes. So there's no point of driving.
No, is it part of
By
Torah?
throwing this doesn't
Yeah,
help
the
your
first
argument.
5 books.
Listen,
By
Isaiah
throwing
is
insult
a part of
doesn't
Torah.
help your argument.
It doesn't
Shows
matter.
how
It's not the
ignorant
first
you are.
5 books.
Can you tell him that?
It
I'm
shows
getting the
how
verse up.
ignorant you are by
I'm
throwing
getting the
this.
verse
Look, your Christian
Chill.
brother, your Christian
What did
brother
he say,
will
bro?
correct you. Exactly. Isaiah part of the Torah. No.
Did that come out of my mouth that Isaiah was part of the
So
Torah?
why when we talk about Isaiah, we're talking
So why
about
is
Torah?
he's arguing by himself?
mentioned
Why are you talking about
He's
Torah?
arguing by himself.
We're talking about Isaiah, why are you mentioning Torah?
You're arguing
Well,
yourself.
what's the point?
It never came out of my mouth, but you've got this script.
So you're wrong here.
You got this
So
script
you're
that you have to
wrong
go
here.
back
So
to.
you're wrong here.
You've got a script that you have to go back to.
When I say Isaiah,
You argued yourself.
when I say
You're arguing
Isaiah
by
is not
yourself.
original, you say then what is Torah?
Scripture.
You know what he says? I say when Isaiah is not original manuscript, he said, so what is Torah? What kind of a
And not
question
even
is
that. Listen, if you want more passages, what Torah do you like?
Aslam Taslam.
What Torah do you like?
Aslam Taslam.
Joel 3 verse 2. Christ
Do you have
comes to
Aslam
destroy.
Taslam or not?
Christ comes to
He doesn't
destroy
have it.
Muslims.
He doesn't have
No,
it.
it doesn't have
Why are you
it.
arguing then?
Aslam
Why
Taslam.
are you talking while I'm
Where's
trying to
Aslam
find
Taslam?
it?
Go on then. How long
Then
you
chill.
gonna take?
Then
How
go
long you
relax.
gonna
Find
take?
it,
How long you
man.
gonna
We
take?
can't find it. It's all smirking in you, isn't it?
Bruh,
Yeah,
listen,
you like to do that
it's a
to people.
joke
Let me
thing,
do
it's
it
a
to
joke
you
thing.
today,
I
man.
know.
You like to smirk, innit? Look at you. Look at
I love
throwing
smirking.
accusations
The
to help
the
your
girls
argument.
love me when I
No,
smirk.
I like to do that to
the
him.
girls love me when I
Because
smirk.
that's why I
they
saw
are
about him.
brainwashed by Islamophobes.
Yeah.
They are brainwashed.
Yes.
They are victims.
We're the ones that are
They are-
brainwashed.
they are- they are-
These are the
they
victims that
I'm
these are
gonna-
the victims that the Bible talks about.
I'm just proving you right now.
That only a
What
fraction
Bible?
of them will survive
What
for
Bible?
attacking Israel.
What
These are the
Bible?
people
Isaiah?
that the Bible
Talk about
talks about.
Isaiah?
Yeah.
All the prophets
We
talk
talk
about
about
this.
that.
Where?
How
Do you believe Joel?
How
Do
do
you
you
believe
know?
Isaiah?
How do you know
Do you
that's
believe
original?
David? Do you believe David?
They're talking about Paul, I guess.
Do you believe David? Do you believe
Which
David?
The one who
King
slept with
David. King
Bathsheba?
David.
The one she
Do you
slept with-
believe him?
The one who done
Alright,
adultery.
then forget, because we
The
don't
one who
believe
done
in Muhammad.
adultery.
We don't believe in Muhammad.
You don't want to talk
You
about
drink
that?
donkey water.
You want to talk about David?
Muhammad said to drink donkey water.
Come back to Aslam.
He said drink donkey
You want to talk
water.
about
And
David?
these are drinking
You
that.
want to talk about?
There
He doesn't have
was a
it.
dead donkey in the river, and Muhammad said, "Hey, I'm a prophet. Drinking is good for
Hey,
you."
talk
you
to
gonna
us.
stop
Talk
it?
to him. He's a Christian like
Are you
you.
It doesn't
talking-
matter.
are you
It
talking-
Talk to us.
doesn't matter.
Where's
talking-
Aslam?
Brother, let me. You know what the God does?
yeah.
God of the Bible? You know what he did? When David slept with Bathsheba, you know what he did?
No, I didn't
He
know.
says, you done adultery, now your wives have to sleep with your neighbor. That's what they God did.
That was it. That's what he said in the
I mean,
Bible.
if that is not a definition of pimp, then what is
I'm
the
not mad.
definition
They're
of pimp?
mad, bro. Because
I mean, imagine if you done sex with
I feel sorry. I
somebody,
don't even.
your
I don't
wife
even-
had to do sex with
I'm
your
not- it's
neighbor.
not even coming
I mean,
from-
what kind of a God
it's
is
not even
that?
coming from a
I mean,
place
this
of
is, this
anger.
is the God they believe in.
I feel sorry for what's going to happen to them. in the
Anyway,
future.
Islam, Islam or
I
not?
feel sorry for what's
I
going to
tell
happen.
you, man, it doesn't help your argument. Just throw these accusations. It doesn't help you. Shows you how ignorant you
It
are.
doesn't matter.
You don't even know
You're
your
talking
Bible.
while I'm trying to find something.
Okay.
You can't
You're saying
find
find
it.
it,
Okay,
and you're talking.
when
so
you
that I
find,
can't find it.
okay, when you find it,
How
come
do
to
you
me.
feel?
Let me
How
talk
do
to
you feel?
somebody
How
who's
do you
more
feel?
reasonable.
How do you feel?
Okay, when you find it, come to me.
No,
Okay.
you come to
Okay.
yourself, man.
Yes, brother. How are you?
You can't.
Yeah,
Look
well,
at
anyway,
your face, man. You
That's
can't.
what-
You
that's
can't.
what-
You
so what we
can't.
got to was-
My bro, accusation,
so
man.
you're saying about the reason why people
Ignorant,
use
man.
Arabic is because that's what Muhammad spoke.
What? Arabic.
So because Muhammad spoke Arabic,
help you.
It
So
doesn't
we
help
say
you.
if you know
It doesn't
Arabic,
help
it's
you.
better to recite
It doesn't
Arabic,
help
but with
you.
understanding.
It doesn't
Try to
help
understand
you.
as well.
but,
It doesn't-
but,
it doesn't
but what
upset
you
me.
said
It
there
doesn't
about
upset me like your-
if you know Arabic,
It doesn't
it's
upset
better
me.
to recite
It doesn't
Arabic.
upset me. It doesn't
Where did
upset me.
that ruling
It doesn't
or
upset.
statement come from?
Because we know how to deal with people like you.
No, it doesn't come from anyone,
you don't have
anywhere
no-
that
when you don't have
you
no
must
argument, that's what you
recite
do.
in the same language. But I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that it's preferable, he says, because if you know the language of the Prophet, it's better to recite the same words what he was reciting, rather than in your language.
Yeah, but the important thing is, did Allah see? Because it's Allah who's receiving the prayer, isn't it? So shouldn't he be the one to determine how someone should pray? So if Allah never said it, that means that what people are following is not a scholar who came up with that, and not Allah.
No, but we will say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he planned everything. So he chose Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the last messenger. And he knew that his language going to be Arabic. And Allah planned already to reveal his last message in Arabic. So when Allah decided the last revelation come in a certain language, so it's better for us to know that language and recite the words in the same language. It's better. It's definitely beneficial. That's what I'm saying. When Allah planned all these things, so we acknowledge that and we appreciate that he chose his last language for his revelation, Arabic. So we respect that language in a sense. I'm not saying that if you don't know Arabic, you can't do prayer. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but the main question I'm asking though is, it's not. It's where did you're saying about what I said to you before about the declaration about having to do it in Arabic. If it didn't come from Allah, then it would have to come from a scholar, isn't it?
You mean the Shahada?
No. The idea because there's a Muslim in Croydon. When I asked him, he was like adamant that it had to be in Arabic. So obviously he would have got that from somewhere. But if we look and find it's not from Allah and it's not from Muhammad, then that means
What I said to you earlier, that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's a messenger of God, yeah?
Yeah.
He's a messenger of God. So he's inspired by God.
Yeah.
So the words he uttered as a prayer to God, it has to be in its perfection. You know why? Because he was inspired by God. So the words he uttered in a perfect form. So no translation can duplicate that. No translation can be as accurate as the original word. So that's why we try to copy the same original words as he said it.
Yeah, but
So the translation can vary. I told you, give you example. Shakespeare. In English, Shakespeare poetry. No matter how good translation, Russian, you can translate Shakespeare in Russian, but it has no same effect as Shakespeare in English. No matter how good that translation is. So we're saying that that original words came to Prophet ﷺ, he uttered those words. So we just try to copy the same thing, and I think it's this acknowledged. You should acknowledge, not acknowledge. What's the word I'm looking for? It's more preferable to recite the same words that both the messenger of God recite.
But this thing,
Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right. No, but
you can add something.
Sorry, I'm asking a question. So you asked a question why the Quran was revealed in Arabic. Am I correct?
No, the prayers.
The prayers.
Why do people say it has to be in Arabic?
Because it was revealed in Arabic.
Yeah, but then where did that declaration come from? That's the question I'm asking.
What declaration?
Of that, a prayer has to be recited in Arabic. So Allah.
You know, we do salah.
Well, we do salah,
but why it has to be in Arabic?
No, but Rasul explained it this way.
Yeah, he did it, but he didn't say that it had to be, did he? The Prophet and Allah, Allah or the Prophet said that had to be the
He
case.
said he didn't say it was supposed to be in the same language. It could be in any language. That's what he's saying. Why we do only in Arabic?
But we don't follow only that because there's consensus on that from the beginning of time. No, listen, in the time of the Prophet, they pray like this.
Yeah.
They pray like this, the Prophet pray like this, the companion pray like this.
Yeah.
You understand? So we just emulate what they are praying.
Here's the verse anyway. As-salam taslam, yeah?
Now what's the chapter and verse?
Accept Islam and you will be saved, yeah?
The chapter and verse.
What is that?
Is it the Quran or is it Hadith?
I believe it's hadith.
Just get that from Google.
Hadith.
Yeah.
I need a reference.
From anti-Muslim thing, innit? That's where you get it from, innit?
Even if I bring a Muslim website, you will say it's
Yeah, bring it.
anti-Muslim. That's the funny thing. That's the funny
Context
thing.
is said, yeah.
Accept Islam or you'll be saved. Saved from what? Saved from the Muslims attacking.
You'll be saved.
No, because they're gonna.
You'll be saved. Meaning you will have eternal
So
life.
what if
you
they
Christians
choose
say
not
that?
to accept Islam?
Don't you Christians say that if you don't
No,
accept
but what if they
Christianity,
choose
you'll
not
be
to accept Islam? What happened to the Romans?
You're not going to be saved.
They didn't
You're
accept
gonna go
Islam,
hell.
but they did not
You're
accept
gonna go
Islam.
hell.
But they did not accept
Yeah, but
Islam.
they're going to go hell then.
So why would they fight them? Because they rejected Islam.
What fight?
They did.
Oh, you are just mixing a lot of different things. I say
Constantinople is not Constantinople anymore. It's Istanbul, Turkey.
Are you not saying
So
that?
obviously they fought
Are
to
you
get
not
that
saying
land.
that if you don't accept
Let's be smart
Christianity,
here, bro.
we are not saved? Are you
Let's
not saying
be
that?
smart here, bro.
You're saying the same thing.
But yeah, we'll not fight you because of that. Muhammad fought the people that he sent those letters to.
So David never.
So they
David
only had the
never
option
fought.
to accept Islam
So-
or the Muslims fight
Show
against
me.
them.
You're just making your.
And that's what
words.
we've seen against history
Can you
as well.
show me what the?
So Constantinople
Are
is no longer
you going to give me reference or not? You see, this is what he does.
Pakistan is
He
no
quotes
longer.
something, no reference.
What
He
it used
finds
to
the
be
Arabic
before.
word Aslam Taslam. Oh, Aslam Taslam.
Yeah, because that's the letters he sent.
Meaning accept
How can you be a prophet and send a letter to someone saying become Muslim or die?
He's just a waste
And
of
that's
time,
the only
really.
options they have.
Seriously.
If not, we'll fight you.
Brother, I say to
Think
you.
about that.
It's just a waste of time.
Yeah,
Bye-bye. It's just a waste of time.
Yes, so
Okay. Look how hypocrite he is. Aslam Taslam. If I say to you, accept Islam and then you'll be saved. What's wrong with that? Accept Islam. What I'm talking
you say
about
the
here.
same thing as well. Christians say the same thing.
If you do not, you're not saved.
Accept Christ, you'll be
I
saved.
mean,
That's what
if
you
you
say.
interpret that means, oh, if you don't, I'm going to cut you. Come on, what are you talking about? There were people living. Look, Muslims rule all over the world, everywhere in the world. The jizya, what is jizya? If you're not Muslim and you're going to be killed, why there's a jizya then? Jizya is for Christians and Jews, isn't it?
And it's less as well. The teacher is less for them.
Yeah.
We pay more.
No, the point I'm making here is, if he says, if you don't accept Islam, you're going to be killed.
Yes.
So what's the point of jizya then?
Israelites will return to take down Islam.